Hello, this is your disabled combat veteran after 9/11. I got allergies. So, as your disabled combat veteran nerd back home, I would guess I don't know what type of level I am as a nerd, but I'm pretty good there up there. Well, this is their disabled combat veteran after 9/11, Michael Commiso and the Battle Bunnies on. I really was just going to make goofy videos on YouTube, but sometimes, as a goofy person, I guess to take somebody serious, I have to be a serious person too. But I don't know. I think how we treat each other sucks, right? I feel like by now, as we all went to college, acknowledge that we're human beings, we're people. So that should mean something as life on this planet. Being a human being should mean something living on this planet. As I feel that's just a factor. It's part of our lives. We was trained and taught to treat each other nice for years as people in the world. So in the future, I don't think it's going to be that much hate. And as I do try to avoid negative, I'm not really a drama negative kind of person, so I feel like that's what I try and avoid. But how the internet works, you're going to see something negative or whatever. That's how people hack your computer, right? How people hack your computer is what the people want you to see, how to see the world, right? They don't want you to see the world that everybody's having fun with nudity online. You know, they make it like nudity is a type of sin, but we all went to college and found out nudity is not a sin. It's part of life. It's natural as nudity, right? If you hate nudity or not, you eventually take a shower. That's part of natural nudity in your life. So I don't know if my hometown law, every time they see themselves in a mirror naked, they get mad at themselves. So I don't think so. You know, I have nothing against the law, but you know, if veterans had to come back home and they had to take the class on how to practice law and be a lawyer, because instead of welcome back home and they're American heroes, everything's at court, right? So I guess we all have veterans how to train each other, how to cross-train each other, how to be lawyers back home. Because I didn't realize it was going to be this hard to help a disabled combat veteran after 9/11 in the state of New Jersey at court around. I'm so nice. I have a good heart and I care about people. As a veteran, I'm like the easiest person to help as a disabled combat veteran. I'm not a complicated person. So I don't understand the misunderstanding of me being on the internet where it's it sucks that people get bullied, but it feels like anything that anybody does online, somebody has something to say about it. I don't understand that concept or how the internet works. So I don't know if the internet is so street that you all organize with the billions of naked people and happy with each other. But I guess that 1%, I don't know. You bully, the internet bullies people. Yes. And I don't have nothing against the law or disrespect the law as an American citizen. I'm an American citizen. I feel that as well, on top of me being an American citizen, I'm a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. So it's hard to believe that anybody would talk to me and treat me and grab me the way they did like that, knowing that I'm a prior service serving my country. Because you sit there, people act like, oh, we didn't know that you're a veteran. But for years on YouTube, I was saying that I'm a disabled combat veteran towards my hometown law. So they're lying to themselves all the time. They keep lying all the time. You know, they keep putting me through these programs, and I'm trying to go through the programs with the VA, you know, because, you know, I'm a veteran. You know, I want to see what other veterans are doing back home and seeing if they're doing okay as my battle buddies and veterans. That's the program I should be going through, but they're going through me just other programs and acting like, oh, this is part of life. Everybody goes through this. It's okay. Everybody goes through this. Okay. No, it's not true. Only one person dies on the street on Action News. And it seems like the good people die on television. I didn't realize people are that much of an asshole. While it's not just the law that monitors the internet, it's the whole world monitors the internet. So I don't know why I deserve to get called name and bullied back home by my hometown law like I'm a nobody. I didn't do nothing to nobody. Because I actually, I don't know. I'm a good guy. I feel like I'm a really good guy. You know, to go through what I went through and serving my country and still be a good guy, that's hard to do, right? Because according to the live television, the internet, everybody's a bad guy on the internet. Everybody's a bad guy on the internet. So is that how the law views the internet? That everybody's a bad guy, so we all have to get treated like shit because you view the internet like an asshole or something? Part of my French. You know, I feel like everybody nowadays curse on the internet, right? But I don't feel like I'm using my curse words to disrespect. I'm upset as a veteran. I expected more coming home as a hometown, because the whole world knows Commiso served this country before I even step back and start using the internet. So for years, every time I tried to find the legal internet, because in the beginning, the site starts legal. You find legal sites to use, and somehow the site's apparently it's not legal no more. Well, I'm like, well, what do they want from me from the internet? You know, you're using the internet as a customer. I pay. You want to have a company. I don't know how long the internet is a company, right? The internet is a type of company. So how long you think the company's going to last if all people do is sit there and screw each other's lives over on the internet? The company won't go far. You will lose customers on the internet and everything. But people have a system on the internet to organize to bully one person on the internet. And you all can get mad like that. I didn't do nothing wrong. All I did was use the internet. I feel like all I did was use the internet. While it's a social media, everybody's talking about sex. I feel, I don't know how smart you have to use the internet or be part of the internet, or how cool you got to be part of the internet, or whatever, how the internet works. But if the number one subject on the internet is about nudity, and a few people get mad over nudity. So that means you found out that I collect disability and now you want to take my money. That's why you're the reason why you're trying to screw me over. Then you see my real signed Babe Ruth baseball cards and baseball on YouTube. So I'm getting entrapped because they know that I collect benefits from the government. I'm getting called name back home and screwed over because you want my signed Babe Ruth baseball cards that's in this bed. That's how the world works. Even with the crooked cops on my computer after 9/11, as an American hero like Commiso. So, as I think and think and think, I want to think for myself. I feel like since I came back home from war, everybody's thinking for me. As even come up with the math. If the number one subject is about nudity, I don't know if the law accepts that or not, but the number one subject online is about nudity. I don't know if you're all blinded or you're in denial, something wrong with you, or you just don't want to get in trouble over knowing the fact that everybody's naked on the internet. Even the law doesn't want to get in trouble knowing the fact. So how you set up people to get mad at people knowing the fact that, damn, that's the only thing people are talking about. What do you expect me to do? Come back home from war if that's the only thing that's everybody's talking about is nudity and sex on the internet 24 hours a day? So I'm confused. I don't understand the law on the internet. I don't understand the internet. I don't understand people. I don't understand what you want from me. I worked hard for my benefits because you told me to get my benefits as an American and Americans. I mean, a VA. Everybody told me to get my benefits from the VA. So I did. And ever since, I feel like everybody just takes advantage of me because I'm a nice person. Even my hometown court knows that I'm a nice person, and I feel like I'm getting taken advantage because that I'm a good guy. So I'm getting set up for the 99% nudity on the internet to where, well, if everybody knows where all the good sites to use and chill and have a good life and everybody's happy, then why am I not as a soldier actor? That's why I was questioning myself. People can send your sites. I don't know if the site that you go on is getting hacked itself and they sending me false sites. Or that site already has all that stuff that you sending me on a pop-up list. You're hiding the fact that the internet's there back home. And you try to tell me as a soldier after 9/11, you can't trust your soldier after 9/11 using the internet? Holy crap. How much time do you think I had using the internet at war? One time I said, I try using the internet with my battle buddy. I tried it like a few times, maybe one or two times. And every time I used the internet was so slow to use. I said, time I get to the whatever site or whatever to do, it's time to go wherever we had to do at war. So I gave up using the internet at the I said, this place sucks. It is so slow, can't really do much, and this place is boring. So I never went to the internet cafe and the base. After I just went to the PX and got new movies and to distract my mind from me being at work, I listened to music and watch movies at work. So that was probably the main thing I did at where was watch movies and or listen to music. To come back home and I'm like, damn, I just push a button on the keyboard and everybody's having a nervous breakdown. And it seems the only reason why people screw each other's lives over is you want to steal their money. You know that I got benefits. You see, you know that I don't know how hard it is to collect things in the world, but if you do it, I feel like if you do enough collecting in the world, you have some kind of concept of collecting things, right? So I just feel like my hometown court is trying to rob me and call me a name and bully me and scam me on purpose. Because if they're trying to claim there's dark net. After 9/11 attack in New York City, do you really think there's any type of goddamn dark net on the internet? That's why the internet became a social media. There's no dark net on the internet. It's a social media. So they're lying to me as the law, hometown law back. Then how you know you're on my computer? Then I don't understand the system on the internet. Because if the law was out to get every single person that's taken online, then every single person would be in jail on the internet all around the world. So I guess the law accepts nudity on the internet. Like, I guess they have to, because over the time monitoring the site, I feel like, well, the site been up this long for the law been monitoring it. That law accepts that site, and they're using it themselves too. This site is so safe to use because the law is monitoring the internet and the sites that they use the site still when they go home. So I got the bad negative internet where you all found out that I'm a veteran and you're jealous of me that I'm a disabled combat veteran after that. On top of, they're trying to set me up, and they had to lie so much. You could tell that I was going online trying to make art. But apparently, when you look up nudity, nudity is the hardest thing to look up in the 21st century. I feel like nudity should be the most easiest concept to understand and accept online by now in the 21st century. So I got some bunch of haters on my computer after 9/11, and they're trying to set me up and they're trying to frame me with legal things now. They're trying to frame me with legal things now. Say now you got to watch. That's what they're going to tell all the holidays pass now. Since you all made a big deal that you like the holidays as an American hero back home, I guess we leave you alone on the holidays and everything. No, that wasn't it. You want to hurry up, grab everything you grab in the apartment and steal what you wanted to steal, as you told me. And I'm just like, damn, dude, that's how much respect you gave my younger brother over the years to beat the crap out of your American hero on the 4th of July street. Is everything, does that make you cool to talk about at party? Because it feels like nowadays to use the internet, you gotta be some super cool person to use the internet, right? So the law has to be acceptably cool too, because they're on the internet. So they want to be cool too. So I'm just trying to figure out why you all picked on me back home. Sometimes I feel sometimes people went out of their way just to pick on me and bully me, because you act like I hang with everybody back home, but no, I really don't hang with anybody except for my dad and my mom right now. But in the world we live in, we pick up information from the internet, and since you all believe everything you hear, instead of being my best friends back home, how hard is it to help your disabled combat veterans back home at court in the state of New Jersey? Even over the number one subject, I apologize. Maybe I'm not using the internet right, because I'm the only one that gets bad pop-up sites, and everybody's directed to the cool parties on the internet, and that's technically how the internet works. It's one cool party on the internet, and if you're accepted to be accepted to that one cool party online. So how can a law monitor site for years and claim that they're not watching the same thing as everybody else, and now we're all going to get mad at you because you got money in your pocket as a soldier after 9/11, and we're going to rob you as an American hero back home and feel good about themselves when they go home? That's how the world works. Hey kids, well, right now it seems like it's fine as kids in the world and everything is gone. But when you grow up as an adult, everybody's going to view you like an asshole and treat you like shit. Even knowing the fact that you're a kid that was on the internet and you were so happy kid that was using the internet on the past and the internet and that. That's how mean the world is. 99% nudity, and somehow people don't know what sex is. So how can number one subject is sex on the internet? But my court tells me, damn, I'm allowed to treat you like shit because you know about the sex that's on the internet after 9/11 as an American hero on the internet. No matter how hard you try, it's kind of fucked up to bully somebody over sex and nudity nowadays because that's all the internet is all about, right? So say if you're cool enough and nobody wants to get in trouble with sex and nudity, even the law doesn't want to get in trouble with sex and nudity. So you're just a bunch of assholes, aren't you? If you think about it, treating me like I'm a nobody as a soldier after 9/11. I'm just somebody, you know. I got feelings. I'm just sitting here, you know, well, I'm trying to do the right things by using the internet. But even when I'm being monitored and you have some kind of software on my computer, you guys still allow me to get scammed. So in a way, I'm a little nervous to use the internet nowadays because all you guys do is send me in the wrong direction and get mad at me after 9/11 as your American hero at court around here. And then they have to lie. The more they don't find, before in the beginning they didn't have enough to screw my life over. And now they gave me another deal. I don't know how they changed the deal. So don't you think someone would get mad saying, well, why the fuck you on my computer after 9/11? Even you as a law. Because I feel like I'm the one that bought the computer. And the only person on that computer should be me, nobody else. I'm the one that bought the goddamn laptop. I paid for the bills. So why isn't anybody assuming the worst and try to pick on me and scam me back home and everything? That's mean as hell. Anybody gets bullied over sex and nudity, you guys suck as people in the world. Because that's all the people are talking about nowadays. That's all it is. The number one subject is sex and nudity. You know, you all can try to sit there and just try to destroy the internet because something's wrong with you. But the internet's still going to go out to be the same in the future. There's nudity and sex ain't going anywhere from the internet. So how you get mad at me at court like that? How can you stare at me like I'm some kind of piece of shit person at court after 9/11 as a soldier? How much nudity on the internet? Man, I didn't see shit. Compared to the nudity and sex online, I didn't see shit because I got to get scammed by my hometown and robbed because I played the lottery too and all that shit. And then you're my best friends back home. And you all sat back and allowed it to happen to me as a soldier after that. I get it now how the streets works on the internet. We all act stupid and act like we don't know what sex and nudity, even we as the law back home, and make me feel like shit. Man, well, what you want for me to do? You know, I feel like, well, I go out of my way to make people laugh. As you make fun of me on YouTube, on the streets, right? Yeah, the law's making fun of me because I'm trying to make something out of myself. Is that how the law system works? Oh, since we're jealous of you as a veteran, we're going to set you up over the number one subject, and mock about it over years, over and over and over and over and over again, because how easy it is for the law to take down videos and say nobody gets in trouble. So no, I feel like the law monitoring the site loses the site too. So why are you bullying me back on? I'm a really good guy. I wasn't trying to mess up and screw my life over as a person. Just because you decided to fuck my computer up and say this is that and make somebody believe, oh, this is that and that. I can't believe people are the way they are. You know, like, oh, since we're streets, we're allowed to treat you like streets. Like a fucking assholes as we are as people in the world and everything. I'm a human being. We got technology. We all got internet. I feel like we all should be smarter than that than talk to shit about each other on the streets, or don't you think? No, I got a few haters on my computer and jealous of me, and they want to get mad at me because that is the first fucking day they found out that there's sex and nudity at court after 9/11. That's fucked up, man. We can use the law to call you a name, make fun of you. You don't have to do anything but be you on the internet. And we can sit there and screw you over if you're a nice guy or not. You just use the internet. And we decided to sit there and screw you over because we was jealous of you and saw you serving your country on the internet after 9/11. That's Michael Commiso. So it sucks that the law uses to get sex and nudity. Oh, I'm a law, I'm cool and everything. I'm attractive law enforcement and I'm allowed to use sex and nudity against people as to for yourselves. I know it sucks how the world is. And it sucks that you made me view the world how the world is. But I always thought everybody was nice. You know, until you fail. You know, how smart our planet should be. We shouldn't have any conflict of harm or hate of each other as people on the internet. So I got a few people that are haters on my thing. Because I didn't see shit to where they're keeping the oldest shit, you know. I think it's fucked up that they screw R. Kelly's life over and still keep the R. Kelly video up on the internet. They're mad about the video, but everybody enjoys that video at home and saying, oh man, that's cool as hell. And they get it off. Do you get off by sitting there and screwing your damn soldier after 9/11 at court? For some reason, I think they're happy sitting there trying to screw me over and get off of it. Like it's some kind of sex and nudity on the internet. To bully somebody like that. I think you get off like that. Oh man, I can't believe I could do this. I could go home and use the sites and not get in trouble because I'm a law enforcement. And then, but I can sit there and judge somebody and say, 99% sex. Damn, the number one subject online is nudity and sex. So how the fuck y'all treat me like you're hiding the fact that you fuck outside, even the law back home as an American hero? Nowadays, people make love in public places, man. How the fuck you treat people like that? So, in the future, because according to the law, everybody's going to hate sex and nudity in the future, but we're going to use it now to make money off of people. So, how's there going to be any money in the future off of people? As do we make money off of people? That's how you made me view the law back home. It's hard to trust people back home if you make me view the law the way you made me view it, right? And I don't disrespect nobody. I don't disrespect the law. I thought the whole point of having YouTube videos and having streaming, you're supposed to speak out your mind. And I think as an American citizen, I'm allowed to speak my mind. And if people get mad at me, then you guys don't know how to read a book. You don't know how to understand and watch a TV show or a movie. And you don't understand. I feel like people go out of their way, try not to understand each other as people on the internet. Oh, since you're not part of us on the internet, fuck you and shit. I don't know if that's what you did in my hometown back home as a soldier and everything. As the one cool party on the internet. You know, if everybody's on the same site and butt naked, that's like one cool party on the internet. But that's not how you view the internet. Somehow, we were supposed to be all safe and protected when we use the internet, but so there's people out to get you for some reason. Maybe they watch too much movies or television shows, or I found out things that nobody else did, but I don't know how hard it is to figure out who's setting up with sex and nudity on the internet, right? So the math does matter. Eventually math does matter, right? Math. That's why they teach you math is important to learn in school if you have trouble or it's something that you don't want to do. The math is, it sucks that you all see each other on the same site as a society and a community on the internet. And it also really sucks that the law sees everybody. You know, they're the law. That you can have the biggest password on your computer, law still on your computer. They made that obvious and whatever what the law does on the internet. That's how I feel. No disrespect, because nobody should die on the internet, right? Everybody should be safe. Everybody should be safe on television. Nobody should die on television. Because we have geniuses and we advances, and we don't have to view that as a life on this planet. But that's not the case. They're trying to, I don't know, it just feels like, well, we're all jealous for some reason. I feel like the only reason why I didn't get a cool welcome back home party or a cool welcome back home is y'all jealous of me and you acted different at the party. At the few parties that I got invited to, man, I could feel everybody acting so different around me at the party. But I'm a stupid, slow person. That's how I'm getting treated at the law. They all sitting there acting like they're concerned and everything, but you're sitting there screwing my goddamn life over on purpose and making fun of me and calling me a name as an American hero back. And I feel like I didn't do anything online to make people feel like they want to call me a name and bully me and try to beat the crap out of me back home because you guys are stuck up on the street talks and shit, crap, bullshit. I don't think the law learns anything from the streets, because it's the streets. So how the fuck they act like streets too, as the law? What kind of respect is that as a soldier act or not? I don't care if you're from the streets or not. I don't think anybody should be treated like streets. So what's that fucked up fucking word still on the internet? When you talk about streets, it's when you're going, trying to find your friend or go to Six Flags. What roads do I need to get GPS? Yeah, you all went out of your way, and now you're going to sit there the rest of my life on my computer, and any move that I make, you're going to sit there and try to screw my life over? Is that how the internet works? Wow. I feel like nobody be using the internet if that's how the internet works. If all people do is sit there and try to get you in trouble with the law. That sucks. Well, what the fuck is the purpose of the internet then? We all fucked up in the head as people, and we're all being assholes to each other, and so we all fucked up the internet already? Is that what you're trying to tell? No. There'd be no internet. So I got jealous people that uses the same sites that apparently everybody else is using as the #1 site on the internet. I don't know what the law is going to say when somebody's enough. all these years, it's the #1 site, and the law is like, well, we wasn't using the site. We're just monitoring the site. We're not watching the site. We're monitoring. Fuck. Over the years, monitoring the site would become into, I'm watching the site too, right? Over the years, monitoring the site, it's like, oh, they're watching the site too. So, for one, nobody showed me shit. And everywhere time I go on the internet, seems like y'all just set me up, knowing that I'm a veteran. Because they did set up soldiers to get blown up with IEDs and convoys. So how easy it is to set people up with billions of nudity and sex. I don't agree what the court says about it. What, you going to get mad at me because I don't agree what the court said about me? That's how fucked the world up is? I can't even speak because you just make you look like assholes on cameras at court. So I got to take the bullshit and the billions of nudity, and like I saw a lot of shit. But damn, I can't even be an artist using the internet. Nudity is a type of art, but since y'all look at sex and nudity a different way because you don't want to get in trouble yourselves, I fucked up that you treated me the way you guys did. Because the #1 subject is nudity and sex. No matter what site you go on, it all leads to the same internet, right? I feel like. But not everybody gets the same pop-up ads. You know, when you go on a legal site, you know, this site's legal. This is a legal site. It's all, hey, it's cool. I know what to do. I know what to do to make art. I know what the art is. And then all of a sudden, you get all these pop-up sites. You see something, one good thing, then all of a sudden they fuck up on the site. So fuck. I close the site down. Then another site comes up. I said, no, this site's fucked up too. And the site doesn't even lead you anywhere. It's an out-of-date cookie or out-of-date, not update site that goes to your computer. You know, I watch movies too, and I watch The Internship about Google. And the first thing I noticed in that movie, because of the internet, everybody knows what everybody's doing in that school at every time because of the internet. If you hack that computer or not, the whole moral of the story of that movie, that guy stepped out of school and wasn't on the internet and still was on the internet. No matter if you use the internet or not or have a computer, you're still on the internet as people discuss you walking down the street on the internet. So you're lying to me. For some reason, my hometown court is upset with me and it's going out of the way and lying about every single thing I did, where you could tell that I was just trying to make art on the computer. But how people peer pressure you smoking cigarettes at school, you know how people peer pressure you. It's the same thing. I usually get peer pressure to view things, and you all act like you sit there and don't see it yourselves as people and get mad at someone. So I don't understand how the law works on sex and nudity. I'm confused. I don't understand the law on sex and nudity because the #1 subject's are nudity. Man, they should be smiling happy at court for me around about sex and nudity. That's how much sex and nudity is always. Oh, it's okay, Commiso, calm down. It's okay. This shit happens when people use the internet. You know, we're here to help you out. And, you know, we all know as ourselves as the law, you know, there's fucked up parts of the internet. It's not all fucked up, is it? It can't be all fucked up. There'd be no internet. So how did the fucked up internet come to me as a soldier after 9/11 in the state of New Jersey? Somebody must have think, oh, it's okay because I'm sitting in the office. As long as I sit in the office, it's okay for me to send bad sites to people because I'm in a suit in the office and screw people on purpose. And they can't do nothing about it because they don't know where I'm located on the internet, because how many people's going to hack this computer at court after 9/11? So I don't know if it's easy for the law to set people up of the billions of nudity online. They be comfortable with themselves when they go home at night. But I was trying to use the internet. That's all. I don't care what anybody says. You could call me a name and make fun of me and do whatever as your American hero. I'm still your American hero back home, if you like it or not, on the internet. And everything you did, I'm like, you're not supposed to do that to a soldier after huh? I was trained in the military and taught me you're not allowed to grab a soldier like that after 9/11 because they accuse you of trying to kidnap that soldier after 9/11, right? I'm not allowed to get grabbed like that as a soldier. So my training in it, and part of me tells me there's something wrong. Who gets mad over sex and nudity now? Because I don't know. Everybody gets hurt on the internet. I don't think that's true. So people do practice safe sex to have billions of sex online. So I don't know how if sex is that bad, shit. We as life on planet Earth still can't figure out what sex and nudity is. We can't even come up with a compromise with that. Holy shit. So we're not even responsible enough to have sex and nudity on planet Earth? I don't know. Sex and nudity is a cool thing, right? In the state of New Jersey, and being on the internet, nudity is a cool thing to do. When you're nude on the internet, it makes you a celebrity when you're nude on the internet. So how come everybody's not a celebrity if everybody's nude on the internet 24 hours a day, right? The law's probably a celebrity too with nudity and sex. Everybody's a celebrity with nudity and sex. But some reason, since apparently I don't know where the cool internet and what sites to use, even though if I try to use the cool sites, that site still will scam me, not at nobody else. Everybody can use that site and have a good time. But when I use the site, the number one site, apparently I'm not trustworthy. And since I'm getting scammed and being viewed things where I'm like, are you serious? Like, don't you think the law and people will get upset and angry to see death and negative on the internet? Well, is that we probably should be all taken down from the internet, bro, don't you think? Why should I have to view things like that in the 21st century online? So I don't know if something's wrong with your mind and trying to mess up sex and nudity as people, but it's going to happen if it's on the internet no matter what, right? So how can we practice safe sex not having sex? Practice or nudity? Well, we're not even responsible with nudity. So how can we practice safe nudity online when everybody's naked on the internet 24 hours a day? So what did I do to you guys back home? Because all I did was, my grandpa died, I was single, I get upset, I'm sorry, apparently everybody's perfect when they use the internet. When the law uses the internet, they're so perfect when they use the internet. Man, no disrespect, because I'm not a disrespectful person. I felt like when I was in the military, they trained me not to disrespect people. So I didn't disrespect you guys compared to all the disrespect, you grabbing me and acting like, holy shit, how's it my goddamn fault? If the law is monitoring the internet 24 hours a day, everything should be goddamn safe on the internet. So how the fuck's my fault that you guys sit there and talk bad about me as a soldier at 9/11? It's the law's fault, right? Not me. They don't want to get mad at themselves. They don't want to get upset with themselves. So they're going to keep bullying me the rest of my life and call me a name and try and take more of my benefits as a soldier after 9/11. And I'm like, damn, what kind of Americans are these? What kind of friends do that to people? Man, only you cool to party at naked on the internet in the state of New Jersey because it's so cool to be naked in the state of New Jersey online. But you're not cool enough to party back home and do anything with, because it's all because of me, apparently, as a veteran. Yeah, that sucks to get treated like that. I'm saying, holy shit. Man, I don't even think the law monitors the internet, because if the law sees what's on the internet, holy shit, they won't have a numbers. They'd be like, it's okay, Commiso, man. Sex and nudity is a common thing on planet Earth. People have been having fucking sex and nudity before fucking internet. Man, they had sex and nudity before they even discovered it was sex and nudity on this planet. Damn, even the fucking planet, even the animals knows what sex and nudity on the internet. But since we found you pushing the keyboard and using the internet, wow, blame everything on me because you don't want to treat me like an American hero at court around here. I feel like sometimes you was happy to treat me and talk to me like that. You like talking to me like that as a soldier. You must get off by talking to a soldier at the line like I'm a piece of shit soldier at 9/11 at court around here. Yeah. Not everybody gets the cool part of the internet. People get bullied and scammed, and damn, it's fucked up. The people that help you out, help pay bills, help the family out, help friends out, are the ones you screw over on television, I feel like. Because Michael Jackson had a good heart. I'm like sitting here, I come back home from war, and everybody's in jail as a celebrity, everybody's dead as a criminal now in America, law is so fucking strict, so we're allowed to beat the crap out of you and everything kind of crap, and I'm an American citizen. I don't know, every time I go to the office in court, the jail, or the police office, they make me feel uncomfortable as a soldier at the time. They don't have an understand. I said, they're lying. I guess I can't say they're lying because they're the ones monitoring my computer and set me up. I don't know how hard it is to solve crimes on this planet, but it's not hard to figure out who's on your goddamn computer, right? So no, I wasn't trying to do anything bad. I was just trying to be part of the internet and do what everybody else is doing online. That's how I felt like, man, on top of me going out of my way and trying to make art and the messed up apparently we put billions of dollars on the internet, but somehow we can't make it work. So I don't think it's the internet. It's the people using the internet. All the internet is the internet. But they're going to blame the internet for everything. They're going to blame one person for everybody. That's the reason why the life is the way it is. You can't blame one person and expect the world to change overnight for the good, right? That just seems like we're bad friends and assholes to that one person, and he has to take the blame of the 99%. Basically, I feel like everybody knows where the cool sites are, right? That's what people do. You use the internet to search each other as people. So how much searching do we need to know about each other? I think we searched enough as people on the internet. We should know every single goddamn thing about each other. But somehow we still get it wrong, don't we? That sucks, to come home as a soldier, American hero, in uniform, and since I didn't get that lesson, or damn, I didn't know everybody's going to hack my computer and scam me right away, right on purpose, since I came back home. But I thought I'd have some respect back home. Everybody's fighting about respect on the streets, but I earned my respect by serving my country. Oh, you all arguing who's tough on the streets. I was a soldier that flew all around the world and stood up to assholes, whoever the fuck they are, claiming they control. Oh, since we're going to decide to control people's lives by fear and be assholes. You're just another asshole at the party. So I don't know there are people going out of their way to fuck up the number one thing we're talking about and makes us happy in the world. I thought we have ratings for movies and television shows for a reason. I guess not everybody likes the same movies and the same TV show. So, I don't know, I'm doing my best to where you guys are basically stabbing me in the back saying I'm not... Over the years, people were responsible and practiced safe sex on the internet for years. But since we're all bored and get mad and jealous of each other, we're going to decide to make fun of you and take your money and benefits away from you as an American hero back home. So what did you do? Welcome me back home as in a hometown. I'm not saying everybody's mean and everybody's bad to me, but you're kind of hard on me, don't you think? I feel like as an American citizen using the internet and paying for the service, you're being hard on me on sex and nudity as an American. Sex and nudity is part of our culture. It's going to be part of our culture. I feel like sex and nudity was part of our culture before they came out with rap music. So, yeah, we all can chill out and rap about cool things, and we all chill out and rap, but they're trying to blame something. It's us. We are assholes. We get mad at each other so fast as people using the internet because nowadays, well, back in the day where you try to figure out what a student's doing in school, you have to talk about among each other with the other students and talk about that student. It was harder to talk about each other in school. So now where the internet, all people do, it seems the reason why you're on my computer is to try to make fun of me and call me a name. So why did we invent profiles for us to get hacked by passwords? You create your own profile. You don't use my profile. But that's not how it works either. Since you're all acting like sex and nudity is some kind of hidden thing online and 9/11 happened, and I highly doubt there's any dark net on the internet. There's something wrong with you. So I must have been, this guy's goofy. He's not cool with sex on nudity online. And I'm jealous of him anyways in hometown as he's a veteran and everything. So I'm going to just say, fuck it. I'm the one that's setting your sights on the streets. Because I'm the one setting up the veteran after 9/11. Wow, you must get a lot of sex at party. You must get laid at the party bullying a veteran after 9/11. In America? How can anybody bully a veteran in America? So when they talk to me at court, I'm like, who the hell are these guys? Because you got a tie and a suit. Then they say, well, we monitor the internet, but we don't watch the site that's been up for years since the beginning of time on the internet. And it seems like eventually every site turns out to be the same site on the internet. So I don't know. They're probably going to pick on me tomorrow. Oh, the holiday's over now since, like, damn, how can you guys do that to me as a soldier after 9/11? What did I do to you guys? Because I was just 19 years old. I graduated from high school, and I was just a goof. I felt like I was just a goofy student. I was trying to make people laugh in class. I was shy, so it's hard to make people laugh when you're the shy guy in school. So I had few words for me, I felt like. So come now, I don't know what you guys want. I feel like you just want to keep taking from me back home because I have disability. It's my time for myself to try to get better and heal myself as a veteran, but I have to take the time for you guys to screw me over after 9/11. And I talk about it online and get bullied and call names and that. Wow, that's the only We got geniuses on the internet. We got all these damn AIs and robots, people flying in outer space, and we came up with all that technology and all this, and we're still assholes to each other. We're using technology more to be more assholes to each other. So no, for 99% nudity and sex, and that's number one subject that everybody's talking about, you're jealous of me. Every time I use the internet, no matter what I do online, you're jealous of me. And there's people sending me bad sites. It won't matter what site I use. You guys are going to keep sending me bad pop-up sites. No matter what site that I use, you guys are going to still send me the bad sites. And it's my fault and get mad at me as a soldier after 9/11. That's how easy it is for people to hate on each other, to get mad at each other. You're the ones bullying them and calling them the names and scamming them. And you're the ones that have the nerve to get mad and angry at them. That's called a Holocaust. That's how a Holocaust happens. Are we going to have a Holocaust over sex and nudity? Man, we're stupid as life on this planet. We know what it takes for us to have a good life and make ourselves happy as people on this planet. But we still fighting over sex and nudity. If you're cool enough to talk about it, you're cool enough to talk about it. Online. That's how the internet works. So, yeah, I'm confused. I'm like, well, I told him what I was trying to do. I told the lawyer what I was trying to do online. I told the court what I was trying to do online. But since you were the one setting me up, I got to get scammed and get my name called on names and bullied over. Damn, man. Everybody should be safe over sex. Nobody should be getting in trouble with sex. That's how smart this planet and life is. We practiced safe sex for years on here. So I'm getting bullied back home, and they're timing me now. They know exactly what it takes to upset Commiso as a veteran. That's what they're trying to pressure my pressure points as my triggers to irritate me back home, and I don't know why. Because I served my country. I did feel like I did a lot of convoys. If I only didn't go to like 1 or 2 convoys, maybe. I felt like I was always in convoys all the time. We always traveled. I didn't mind. As long as I didn't get blown up or whatever they said. Be aware of your surroundings or you get blown up. So, having laughter in that situation at war, it must have happened in every war. There must have been a goofy soldier in every war that happened. Because I try to find comedy in everything. And why you try to tell me it's that hard to figure out to practice safe sex now while everybody's using the same sites. Everybody knows how to be safe on that site. But you can't trust a disabled combat veteran. That's kind of weird, don't you? As I'm sitting here thinking about it, you're my hometown law. Man, I thought my hometown law would give me a way more respect than this, because the law knows what veterans go through. But no, apparently somebody's got a stuck-up chip on their shoulder or what. I don't know what the problem is, but I guess, I don't know. I respect the uniform. I respect the law. I respect the government, and I respect my flag. I respect the American people. I respect my brother. I respect my family and my mom and dad. And I respect my friends. I respect my battle buddies. I feel like I respected people enough back home as a citizen. But it seems like everybody just wants to pick a fight with me so I get in trouble with the law. And yes, I may need to chill out as a veteran. Apparently, that's the number one thing. Oh, it's the veteran's fault. It's not us. But I was chilled out. You trying to tell me I was laughing at war and soldiers were dying around me, and I was having more fun at war than coming home and getting treated like I'm an asshole at court around you. Man, everybody. Some of this. That's why I miss my battle buddies. I was a stranger in the barracks. They didn't know how I was going to, I don't know, what was going to, it's like that when you first go to school the first time or meet the students for the first time. You don't know how the student's going to treat you. You don't know how the student's going to react to you when you step in the classroom. That's why I don't know if these are the things that students are thinking about, but teachers got to understand there's more stuff as a teenager on their mind than trying to pass an A and a B in the class. Because they make fun of you if you get an A and a B in the classroom. And I'm like, I thought getting an A and B must be got to be the cool thing to do. But no, you guys rate, what's that word? Rank each other a different way or treat. I feel as a human being in the 21st century, I feel that everybody should be getting treated the same way. No matter if you had a badge or you're the law or anybody, really, if you think about it. Because how the hell people become friends in the world? You got to shake each other's hands and get to know each other first. That's not how the internet works. I feel since I used the internet didn't want to get to know me at all, and this wanted to throw me away in jail like everybody else on American television. That's how you teach the world. Oh, everybody in America is in jail and prison. That's all they're capable of doing. And we're capable of way more as we built better cars in the world back in the day. Chevys and Fords are the top of the line cars in America. And they were built better back then. The metal were tougher. Everything was better back then. We should be proud to be an American because being American means something using the internet. I don't know how the system works, but it seems that nobody uses the law on the internet because everybody's sitting there breaking the law to set you up and call your name and make fun of you. And that's not, what kind of type of law is that? So I'm not trying to offend or copyright I'm just a goofy guy, and I feel like maybe if people see the world like I see it, everybody could show out in the world. Because if I highly doubt people search the internet to try to find some death and people hurting each other. It's the other opposite way. It's either A or B going in the direction on the internet. So, I don't know. If people really think I feel like I'd be good around kids because I went to war. I'm a veteran. I'm responsible, and I'm just a goofy guy. I would probably try to make the kids laugh. I don't know if anybody noticed that when I said, well, the kids in the family, grandpa died, they must be sad. As my battle buddies were sad being at war, I don't know, I just got up and I was on the stage. I just started making goofy videos on the internet. Because maybe you all we have to do something to be mean to each other because it's the internet. I don't think that was the purpose of the internet. I feel like, back in the day, we had phone books. I said, man, we all need phone books right now. Yeah, you can look up the address and numbers online as the internet, but people scam your computer and I just don't understand people. There was a point to this story. As technology advances, we will advance with technology. So our mood swings of trying to hate on each other be upset with each other will cut down in the future. Because I feel the purpose of the internet is, well, now, back in the day, it was hard to become an actor back in the day without the internet because, yeah, you got to know somebody really. It feels like when you watch a movie, everybody in that movie looks like they're related in the movie. It's like, oh, they only know each other. That's the only way you can get into being an actor is, yeah, there's acting school. Yeah, there's the time you get to acting school and get randomly picked from the statics of whoever gets to be an actor in America. But now with the internet, everybody can be what they want on the internet. Maybe one day somebody say, hey, this guy has got some talent. Yes, maybe if I had a studio and some practice time and maybe going some college courses, I'd be even better with my YouTube videos. But even the fact that I didn't know anything about anything, I feel like I was just rolling with the flow, or going with the roll with the flow, or if that's even the way you say it. But I think it sucks that, yeah, I feel everybody wants to be good. I don't know, you're bad, good, bad, crap. But everybody wants to be good and follow the rules on the internet. They don't want to go to jail or prison. So what did I do? You guys just set me up. It's not called common sense. You got jealous of me and you say, if we don't stop Commiso on the internet making YouTube videos, he's going to be famous one day. And now we're going to have another excuse, the reason why, to be jealous of you back home and screw you over with the law. Is that how the law works? Oh, the only reason why everybody gets screwed over is the internet. You're jealous of that person, or you're just a hater and being mean to that person in the 21st century. So, yes, I finally got a better access to, I bought a really big dictionary at Barnes & Noble. It's probably already out of date. Even dictionaries. I don't know if they add a word every year or every day in a dictionary. But I got most of the I feel like I got most of the words in the world. I know they come up with slang or words on the internet. It's not in the dictionary yet. So I don't know how many people come up with words every day, but I got a big dictionary. And is that how I have to know bigger words to describe myself as a person, and people will stop picking on me. If you're a genius, do people stop picking on you and bullying you? If you was rich, do people stop picking on you and bullying you? No, you guys got no time of your own on the internet and the time of your life on your own, and then all people do is sit on the internet and discuss what everybody's lives on the internet and find an excuse to bully that person. I feel like I was just trying to, I admit, I feel one of the outcasts. I think people try to fit in, when people go to school. It don't matter if one person comes up to talk to you in a classroom or two or whatever. As long as somebody comes up to talk to you, everything good. Well, you know what I mean. Like, you feel part of the classroom. I was a shy, quiet kid. I didn't mind if anyone. So, if you thought I went to a lot of cool parties in high school, I just never wanted to hang with me after high school. That was the only people I really hanged with after. And then, we make things too complicated. I think we made the internet too complicated. The internet should be the most simplest thing to use, to where everybody be safe and that 1% violent. I really, you see movies that, but then, no, it's got the negative in the movie. It's not, So I don't know what type of, I feel like movies should mean something to watch, right? Yeah, comedy. And somehow I feel like they're messing up comedy. If you're not cool enough to do comedy on the internet, you're not going to make anybody laugh, and they're going to look at you funny and make fun of you in the classroom. So how many comedians was in a school acting like a goofball, and everybody in school is making fun of that guy, and they become a celebrity, a comedian. So, yes, I don't know much about comedy. Well, I know what it takes to make people laugh. There's there's a lot of good comedians out there, and we're going to be in lost and found in school in the box, and nobody knows what comedy is anymore because we're going to be so serious and uptight as the internet. Nobody's allowed to make any jokes on the internet, and nobody's allowed to make any comment about any comment about any comment. We're going to be so uptight. Shit, man. Nobody used the internet. So, no, I think, every time you look up nudity, any type of nudity you look up on the internet, somebody's going to fuck up you watching the simple things in life, as it is safe to watch nudity online nowadays. That's why there's nudity on the internet. But they take the law and twisted it so much. Even the statement on me sucks. It didn't even make any sense. I said it felt like it took 2 minutes to write this statement about me. It took like 2 minutes to write this statement. Just sit there and screw somebody's life over. And I'm like, damn, dude, what just people talking about? Compared to the nudity online, I didn't have shit on my goddamn computer. And you could tell I was trying to make art with nudity. Nudity is a type of art, if you like it or not. You can get mad at me if you want. But nudity is a type of art. And my argument is better than your argument trying to sit there and talk bad about a soldier after 9/11. As I'm Michael Commiso. So, in a way, it's cool that I get to make my YouTube videos. Not to put people down, to stand up for myself too. I feel like people are allowed to stand up for themselves. You can't, over time, when people keep calling your name and bullying you, and over time, that person's going to get mad and upset, right? So you're doing more things that is not legal at all to do to a human being in this state of New Jersey as a civilian, as an American citizen. So I feel that Americans do respect the law. You taught that enough to respect the law. But over time, the law is kind of irritating. We don't want to watch violence on television, but the laws on the internet trying to protect us from violence, and somehow there's still violence on television. And so technically we're not protected from violence. It's still on television. So, why are we so violent to each other as people? Is that bullshit too on the internet? I feel like that's bullshit too. I think it's bullshit that the law can overreact over the simplest. That's the number. What are you talking about? They act like nobody knows what sex is at court. They act like nobody knows what nudity at court is. But that's the number one thing. That's everybody's talking about. So you got jealous of me, and since you all jealous of me and hating on me for some reason, I can't get that welcome back home feeling that I'm an American hero, as you sit there on purpose to screw my life over on the simplest things. As I feel like by now sex and nudity should be the simplest thing to talk about on LinkedIn. The safest thing to talk about, because that's all people are talking about. I feel like, if you make that subject safe to talk about, right? So you try to tell everybody gets mad at each other when they learn they had sex at the party online, or nudity. Everybody gets mad at each other online if they know that you had sex in the world or nudity. No, if you know what is all nudity and sex, you get mad at that. But that's like, holy shit, I'm being bullied over nudity and sex. And I didn't do anything but try to use the internet the best of my ability as I was trying to be a good American soldier in the military. So, but you know how people are. They make you feel uncomfortable using the internet. And now where I want to search art. I want to see different types of art. Not to steal people's ideas. I don't even like using copy paste. Just to get ideas of different types of art. Might give me some ideas. And I know what art is. I think I took enough classes to know what art is. But that's not how the world works. I can't be an artist on the internet. Because you guys say, what? Because you're bullies? When you come to this party, you have to call somebody a name and then you're cool at this party. I don't think that party would be cool at all. So what makes you cool on the internet? Because everybody somehow, it's so hard to, I don't know. Because everybody gets in trouble, everybody be mean, everybody be bad, everybody be angry, everybody be upset. So the internet be thrown out the window. The computers be thrown out the window. So I'm trying to use the internet the best of my ability in a safe way if possible. But we all know that the internet scans your computer and hacks you and screws you over and make people believe in a certain way. And now I have deserve to get treated like the law never even went to college. And I don't know anything. I told them I got hacked and everything. But everybody's out to get each other now, I guess, on sex and nudity online. Because they have no reason why to hate each other as people. Now we're just going to get jealous of each other because of the word sex and nudity on the internet. You know, yeah, you all can sit there and act like what the heck he's talking about, but for a person that has no social skills and don't know anything about what the internet is talking about, I'm pretty close. You know, it seems like the only reason why people hate each other is you have nothing else better to do. That's to bully each other on the internet. And I don't feel like I deserve to get talked down to at court. I served my country and went on a lot of convoys, and I felt like my battle buddies liked me in the military. My battle buddies don't think I'm a bad guy. I don't think my battle buddies are bad guys. We're good-hearted veterans. Man, I don't understand why people look at veterans like they're some hard person to hang with, or it's our fault that things happen the way it is. I just went to serve my country after 9/11. That's all. Now I'm a veteran, and now you all going to sit there. And they make me so uncomfortable every time I go to the police station. Every time I'm like, oh, they're here to help me. They turn your back on you somehow. They go out of the way to try to screw your life over even more on legal things. And I'm like, damn, I didn't realize people are that mean. If that's a joke, I think it's too early to joke like that. So what you guys did to me after 9/11, right? Because you're trying to sit there that, well, everybody else online is responsible over sex and nudity, even the court themselves. But apparently, we were just looking at you and saying, well, hey, we don't like you. We're going to judge you and make fun of you at court. I didn't know that was the system either. So, I got some collectible thing. This is a rare, what's his name? Captain Planet. I know his name. What's his name? Captain America. According to the eBay, this is a rare Captain America toy. And everybody's nowadays are trying to build their man cave, but apparently, as an adult, you're not allowed to have toys in your room. That's another thing that's the law views you on the internet. You're a grown-ass adult. Why do you have toys for? I said, shit, man. Being a parent must be so goddamn hard on the internet because, shit, if you have kids and they have toys, they still get mad at you. Man. Well, if everybody had been monitoring the internet as they should have been, then you know that nowadays everybody collects toys as an adult and as kids. It's like one of the things you put in your man cave. Maybe what you put in your man cave may be different from what I put in my man cave. But since we all being viewed as we're all, I don't know, are we all assholes online or I don't know. Because it's so easy to stand up for each other as friends and family and everybody be safe from everything. And as to, yeah, your law in America should be your friend. I think the system in America that the law is your friend on the internet. It's not up to set you up. But the only people that really can set you up on things or subject are the ones that are access to the internet more than the other people. So I don't get the internet because it seems when I make my YouTube video, I feel like somebody's about to say something. I'm not doing anything right on my YouTube video. But that's not the road I was going down. I wanted to be goofy and silly, and I'm like, it sucks being an adult. I missed my battle buddies as a teenager in my 20s. Man, I explored the world with my battle buddies. And I'm like, man, this world is not as bad as everybody makes it seem on television. You know, there's cool places around the world. Well, why do we want to destroy it? Why do we want to destroy our planet? Because we're upset and mad at each other. So, I got Captain America. It's going to try to go on one of the shows. I got a square for a room. But I'm doing pretty good in the space that I was given. So, you know, the amount of people complaining on the internet, I'm like, I didn't even complain that much. I didn't really complain at all in the military. Well, you see what I'm saying? It's not that hard. I bought this RV brake because I remember having this when I was a kid. Then I realized, oh, this thing takes batteries. I gotta figure out what sound that I heard when I forgot. It must have been from a TV show. But I'll try and collect things that I remember having when I was a kid. So there's 3 types of this one. So I just wanted to show you that one. And then I remember having this, and these things are rare now. I remember having this one right here. And I forgot what the heck it was all about with this thing. So I apologize at the time. I was just excited because I recognized the toy. I forgot what TV show it came from. Well, I was just happy that I said, oh man, maybe life is going to turn out to be good if I can find a little tiny toy like this in the world that I had when I was a child. That's how I see the world. But no, you're all going to sit there and screw my life over because I found a little toy on eBay. That's how mad the world is. Yep. And then, I like collecting rare things. And I heard about that bears are rare. This was made in New York. This bear was made in New York. And it says it was a rare bear. So then I'm looking at it could be rare because look at the pattern on the bear. You don't see this type of bear wandering around nowadays. So if this is rare bear, I got a rare bear. Y'all get jealous of me, get mad at me because I got a rare bear. But everybody else can get a rare bear too if you really wanted it to. Is it in? I got none more of these guys. For some reason, I felt like I had one of these for Christmas at one point. My mom doesn't remember. My dad said he remembers a little bit. He may have saw one of these things. But for some reason, I remember having one of these things. It was, and then, I felt like I saw this one before. I felt like I saw this one before. And the one that's coming in the mail, I feel like that. So I feel like either my brother or me had this one or the one coming in the mail. My brother saying, "What are you talking about? I don't remember having one of these things. I remember weird things." So for some reason, I don't know, maybe it was a commercial, but I felt like I had to hold this in my hands at one point in time for Christmas. So, you know, there was more things around here. Well, oh, I have a signed Tony Hawk banner. It's when Tony Hawk was in The Simpsons and he's playing or he's skateboarding with Homer or something. Or was it Bart? But it's already hanged up on the wall. I have to deflate the bed to get to the van because I can't step on it because my max weight on the is 300 and I'm 299. So I got a Tony Hawk signed banner. My brother still didn't get his Christmas gifts yet, so you know I wanted to see his face and how happy he was what I got him for Christmas. So you know, so I'm not trying to get people in trouble, but you know I feel like I have to do something for people to stop picking on me because I'm not a bad guy and I just need sleep, more sleep. I need to be more motivated. I really do want to do art. I got good pencils now. Apparently, you really have to pay for everything. Yeah, when he was a child, you thought you got the best crayons, you got the best pencils, you got the best color pencils, you got the best markers. These are the ones that's going to get me far in life in art. But when you grow up and you learn more about art, you have to, man, it's expensive to be an artist because you have to make sure you buy the right crowns. So now crowns go on the paper right. The color pencils, I just found out that there's shading pencils. I said, wow, man, I wish I had these pencils when I was a kid. I could have made super cool art with these color pencils because they're shading pencils. They're really good pencils. And I got really good art markers and crayons. I got the rulers and the pencils, but now this table sucks. It's a good table. I don't want to get rid of the table. The table does what it does, but it's not a good table to do art on because I have to lean over this far to get to the table because it's awkward. It's an awkward shaped table. So, and then I got sharpeners. You know them sharpeners when you keep sharpening it and you almost got where you want the sharper pencil. It says almost where I want it. And then it breaks the point of the pencil of the sharp. And they're the sharpeners that I have now. So I already got my new pencil. It's already short. And I was like, I almost got it. Then I used the bigger sharpener for bigger pencils. So what can I do? So maybe I could take my time. And I finally got the point, but it's not exactly what I wanted. So now, is there $1 million sharpener I don't know about? So yeah, what you guys took from me is my tools. as I had a photo printer. That was a really good photo printer. It was probably already out of date when I got it, but I felt like I was printing good pictures out of that photo printer. Then I had my camera. I took that camera all around the world. Then I had a camera that I bought that was newer. I like using Nikon. And maybe I use Canon one day. For some reason, I'm sticking with Nikon for now. And even that was taken from me as a camera that I worked hard for as a soldier after 9/11. So since I got out of the military, I feel like everybody was just super hard on me and I didn't know where to go. You know, everybody's got their lives of their own, and as a veteran, you know, and I didn't want to feel like a third wheel at your party. I don't want to feel like a third wheel anywhere. I feel like that's what veterans, you're making your veterans feel like a third wheel because they found out there's sex and nudity on the internet. So I think it sucks that the law can monitor a site that's been up for years to get mad at somebody like that because you went also using the site too. That's why people get mad at the law, because you're lying to us. There's nothing against the law. It's nothing against disrespecting anybody. But you're lying the fact that everybody's using the same sites, right? I highly doubt people want to use the bad sites to get in trouble and go to jail, right? So I don't know if I'm randomly selected to be bullied and called name back home as a veteran. Or you all sat there for years and you already knew what you was going to do because you're some kind of asshole on the internet. But the world, as Commiso, I don't want to view the world that everybody's an asshole because not everybody is an asshole. So I don't understand. The world shouldn't be this complicated. We have everything it takes to chill on this planet. You know? Yeah. I feel like, well, eventually we'll come up with a system where there'll be no homeless people living on the streets or everybody won't be hungry. But that's like the simplest thing to solve, don't you think? You know, everybody's got $1 to go to McDonald's. And then it shouldn't be that hard to survive as life on this planet. Even when our animals, we had educated ourselves enough, well, from the animals that's on this planet that we know what it takes to keep safe from that animal and don't harm that animal too. Because right now, animals, we got to protect animal life on this planet. They're all disappearing because we're assholes fighting over stupid shit. Who could be naked and have sex online and not get in trouble and be cool on the streets or some kind of crap like that. So, whatever. I didn't realize all people do is go out of their way and put each other down and trying to find ways to screw each other's lives over on purpose. I feel like that's the number one thing they're trying to do. And I'm like, you know what? At least I know that I was trying to use the internet. Like, you know, I know what I'm an artist. I won an award with my drawing in school at one point. Yeah, I should have kept on taking the path of being an artist. Because I'd probably be really, 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 really good right now. And, you know, I could still be really, really good right now. Because I know what it takes to make the drawing and the art. I know what it takes to make it look like the drawing or the picture. But how the internet works, they don't see all that. They don't care that you make art on Facebook, that you can prove that you're an artist. They don't care. They want to talk bad about you and push you around like that on purpose. I'm like, damn, man, I can't believe sex and nudity is a way of getting bullied nowadays in this world, and apparently that's the coolest thing to make you do, to make yourself cool on the internet. It's sex and nudity. Not violence and bullying each other, hating each other. So, whatever. I was just trying to do something cool with my life, and as a veteran, and since we live in a world where it's hard for anybody to become anything in this world because you made it that way by talking bad about each other. You even got the law calling people names and bullying them and upsetting them and wonder why they're upset and blame them that they're upset and mad, but you're the ones calling me a name and bullying me. So I really didn't party that much either back home from war. And if people took me the wrong way at the party, I felt like I was just trying to figure out how to party with you. That's all. I went to war, and you guys got to party with each other over the years. So don't you think I'll be upset saying, well, they all know how to hang with each other at the party. You know, maybe y'all taught me how to be cool at the party, as my battle buddies did. My battle buddies, when I went to the club, this is how you got to be cool when you go to the club. This is how cool you got to be. And I didn't have to be that cool around my battle buddies. I was like their spike to their energy drink with my, Commiso was a spike to your Gatorade in the military, to the battle. You know, everybody goes to the party and try to have a good time at the party. And when Commiso comes to the club and to the bar, it seems like the light got brighter at the club. And everybody say, what's this guy going to do at this club? Why is he dancing? Nobody else is dancing at the club. Oh, this guy is dancing at the club. What is he doing? You said there was a dance floor at the club. Then you're allowed to dance at this club. So, when I first got to my first duty station, we had a 4-day, and I didn't realize everybody was in the field. So I didn't know anybody. Well, they say you had to have a battle buddy. I apologize, I didn't have a battle buddy all the time. Well, I was new. I didn't know anybody at the barracks. And so I took a trip. I said, I graduated from basic training. Yes, they gave me some type of medals in basic training, but I should be proud that I graduated. That's accomplishment. I don't know how it is in the military, but being a basic training and graduating is accomplishment in the military. I would say that be a check in the military. And basic training was hard. Fort Jackson wasn't easy. I'm from New Jersey, went to the southern. Apparently in the south, it's super hot in the south. So I was training in the desert. So that was basic training wasn't simple. It was a hard task, and I graduated. So that's a check for me, I feel like. Then I went to AIT. You know, I have a speech impairment. I didn't learn as fast as everybody else in school. But somehow I understand what a generator is. The generator is to give power to the building, but the power doesn't have any power to the building, and that's when you need a generator or some other way to run things in the base on the military at war. So generator gives out power. That was a check for me in my life. I learned what a generator was in my life at AIT. And even though I didn't work on generators a lot, I still feel like I'll be comfortable up, take apart a generator and figure out, put it back together again. And somehow it works. Somehow it still works. So that's another check from AIT. So now, when I was at AIT, it was in Maryland. There's a proving grounds, Maryland. It's where the mechanics went, apparently. So when we all got done with AIT, we all was going to go to different duty stations. So I was supposed to go to Fort Campbell. I was going to Fort Campbell. But my battle buddy, he had the same rank and same MOS. If you have the same rank and same MOS, you can switch duty stations. And my battle buddy said that my daughter is closer to the base that you are going to. So I'd be able to see my daughter if I get to go to that base. I said, I'm just a single guy, you know, I don't have any family. And I never went to Germany. He was going to Germany. He was going to Germany and I was going to Fort Campbell, but he asked me for a favor. And I said, okay. I said, I never went to Germany for. I said, I'm single. So that was a cool thing because he'd be able to see his daughter before he went to war at Fort Campbell. So that's a check for me too. I don't know, maybe I didn't fit, you know, but that was a check in my life that I passed AIT and I helped my battle buddy at AIT and went to Germany. So I don't know how much accomplishment you need, but that's a cool check so far. And then I went to my first duty station. Man, I was a shy, quiet kid in school. And yes, I got nervous when the higher ranks walked past me because you can't really see the rank until the rank is ready up into your face. And you realize it's a female, not a man. You say, sir, not ma'am. And I'm like, oh, I said, how you doing, ma'am? But somehow I said, sir. I said, oh, man, I'm going to get yelled at. And she just kept on walking. I said, maybe I keep walking this way. Maybe she forget what I said. I didn't mean to. I always saying, sir, sir, sir. And ma'am, it's ma'am time. To say ma'am. So I just kept going down. And everybody's in the field training. And I'm like, well, I just graduated basic training, AIT. I somehow got to my first duty station, so that's a good start for me in the military. So they told me to work at the CMR, the mailroom in Germany. So I got a 4-day. So nobody really was around. I felt like I was the only one on base again. So I took myself to I learned the office buildings that was on base. So they kind of made me the office building guy to hand papers to the other building. I said, oh, that's a responsibility. Well, because the paperwork is classified, paperwork in the military is important in the military. So they trust me with paperwork during my first duty station. So I said, somehow I wandered on to the traveling agency building, and they had these flyers of different trips they do. So I saw the beach. The first thing I saw, oh, these are all cool. Then I saw the beach. And I was like, oh, the beach. I didn't go to the beach. When I was in summer, I was in basic training. I didn't get to go to the beach in basic training or AIT. And they took the summer. And it just looked cool. I said, Mallorca, island by Spain. I said, wow, that sounds like a cool place to go to, an island by Spain. And I had no battle buddy, nobody around. And there was a lady that helped me with the traveling. And they just took, when you're a veteran or a soldier, they just take your debit card. Yeah, give me your card. I said, there's money on it, I promise. I made sure I budget this month to go on the trip. And I saved, I went to Mallorca. And I was nervous. You had to get on a plane, then you got to get on another plane. I didn't know that. You make, sometimes when you travel on a plane, you have to get off the plane to get onto another plane because they won't take you to the island. So I had you got to make sure you read the ticket. The ticket is the answer of traveling. And so you got to make sure you read the ticket, the plane ticket. You don't read the plane ticket right, you don't know where it is going. So I paid attention, and somehow I landed in Mallorca. And I'm like, wow, I felt free. I'm from New Jersey, and I went to Mallorca, an island by Spain. And the water was so blue. The water's so blue in Mallorca. I said, wow, is that even real? Is that a real ocean? So New Jersey ocean don't look like that. Is that real? So yeah, I still made formation. I said, oh shit, I realized I was by myself on a trip and I didn't have a battle buddy and I had only a watch. I only had the one to float, the cheap phones where you just fold. I miss the folding phones. These phones are too big now. The phones are these big, you gotta try to fit in your pocket. I miss them little phones. They just fit in the little pocket. And so I really didn't take much on trips. I just took a little uniform, like a shirt or shorts or one. That's all. I didn't take much. Whatever it takes for the 4-day. Enough clothes for the 4-day. And so I didn't bring that much. Because then you have to make sure you check the bag. It's cool just to have a carrier on. Because when you get off the plane, you want to just get right to your trip. When you have all this other stuff, now you got to take the time to go find your bag that you checked and everything or whatever. But then you lose that time to travel to whatever country or whatever tourist or place. So I was, for a first guy, didn't know anything about traveling. Yeah, I was super nervous traveling. You don't think I'm Superman or something as a veteran? You don't think I was nervous? Man, everybody was speaking different languages all over the place. I said, how the heck I'm going to get through this? I speak English. Oh, what anybody's talking about. But somehow, I landed on Mallorca, and apparently there's English. There's English, some English there. There's enough English to get by. You know, I just asked, where's the cool clubs are? I put all my stuff in the hotel, and I make sure when you travel, make sure you get a hotel with the safe. I think that's what if you're traveling. Yeah, you travel cheap, but at least make sure the hotel at least has a safe to put your wallet and stuff. So I made sure the hotel has a little safe. I remember the code, and then I went to the beach. First thing I did was go to the beach, and I'm like, wow, I'm on the island, and I'm looking at the ocean. It's all blue. I was shocked just looking at the ocean, and everybody's looking at me saying, he's a tourist. So who's this guy? These guys weird looking. Where's this guy? He's a goofball on the beach. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was thinking, man, wow, I didn't know the ocean could get that blue. And I was like, wow, is this a fake? Am I dreaming? And it was only 4 days, and in the military, everything's fast. So the first day, I just basically laid on the beach. I was trying to get the feel. They said, pay attention of your surrounding, get the feel of your area. So that's what I was doing. So I said, today I'm just going to go to the beach. And my hotel was close to the beach. All I had to do was walk a few little blocks to the beach. And there was like stores with towels and souvenirs. I was trying to get towels and souvenirs. And then I was walking to the beach, and I'm like, wow. I got to the beach. The water was super blue. And apparently, it was a topless beach. I said, what's a topless? What the heck is that? So there was the ladies all topless. And I'm like, I was shocked too. I'm from New Jersey. I never saw a topless person in New Jersey. Maybe that's what's wrong with New Jersey. That's why everybody's uptight with nudity and sex. They never saw a topless lady in the state of New Jersey. And I was flying all around the world, going to an island by Mallorca, serving my country. Yeah, I was nervous, but I wanted a beach. Then that night, I said, all right, I got my braveness to explore at night at this island by myself with nobody. First duty, with my first sergeant's wife, say, where the hell is Commiso? Everybody in the whole damn, where the hell is Commiso at? But they said they gave me a 4-day. I don't even know what a 4-day was until they told me you got 4 days to go. So the first day I did was went to the traveling agency and I took a trip. They said, what's the next time I'm going to travel to Germany? I'm from New Jersey. I'll never get a chance to travel to Germany again or see the world. I'm from New Jersey. So I said, I graduated basic training. That's a complicated time. The sergeant said I'm a mailman now. I didn't mind being a mailman at the first duty station. And he said, you work with the civilians, so whatever the civilians tell you what to do, you listen to them. And I'm like, oh, that's fine. Civilians might be fun to work with because I'm a soldier. I got along with everybody in the mailroom. I said, oh, you're a soldier. You don't know anything about mail because you're a soldier. Well, I picked up pretty fast in mail. That's it. Match the number, match the name to the box. And over time, you remember where everything is. And everything. And then once they gave me the 4-day, I felt like I was doing good in my first duty station. I don't know if they was upset because I wasn't in the training field with the rest of the company. So I said, I need a break. I went to basic training in the summer. That's super hot in the South Carolina. They're all yelling at me all the time for some reason. Once you got what the drill sergeant wanted from you, you're trying to avoid the yelling. I did ANT. That's why I said I did pretty good there too. And when I went first duty station, I was like, the outcast, the goofball. The first sergeant didn't know where I was. The commander was looking for me. I felt like everybody's, where's Commiso? He's out in formation. He was out. But the sergeant told me not to make formation. I don't have to make formations because I'm the mailman and I listen to the civilians. So I said, okay. And I was just from AIT. If the first duty station took me the wrong way. So everybody's in the, maybe that's, everybody's in the field training to go to war. And Commiso's in Mallorca. And I felt like I was lucky that I got back to the first formation when I got back. Because I never traveled the world my whole life. But I was just too excited to try to see everything in a short period. 4 days. Wow, you could take a trip in 4 days and fly back to formation. So you got to travel early in the morning so you get to the place early, but still be kind of a little off. Well, Mallorca, it's not the same time in Germany, but pretty close. Yeah, so now I know you give yourself a day to travel and you give yourself a day to leave. So you can have all them days to chill. That's That's how I learned when I was traveling. But my first Freud day, I said, oh, I was in the club. I found the club where they have a boardwalk in Mallorca, and on the boardwalk there's a club. So since I got the hotel so close to the beach, the hotel was all I had to do was walk to the boardwalk. That's how I was pretty smart. I got the hotel close to the boardwalk. I didn't even know I did that. Or maybe that was part of the travel agency. That could have been part of the travel agency. My hotel was close to the boardwalk, and there was a club, and this club had every type of music on each type of floor. And so I guess the bottom floor was techno. They put techno on in the basement, the bottom floor. And in the middle it was like rock and roll or something, and then the second floor was like rap. And then, yeah, so you had different types of music in different levels of the building. I went on to every level. I said, what's up? I was a teenager, pretty much. I was 20 years old. You know, to travel in America, you have to go to a really good college and make sure that class go to our field trips. If you really want to travel in America, you got to go to a really good college, because that class is going to take you on a field trip. I don't know how easy it is to travel, but I think it's pretty hard to travel, don't you think? Well, compare, not everybody can afford to travel. So I was in the military, and I have to budget. They teach you there was one time where I already paid off the trip. Everything's paid off, the hotel and everything, but I didn't have any money in my account. So I said, I don't want the trip to go bad, and I don't want to go on a trip and I don't have any money to do anything. So I gave the trip to my sergeant, my battle buddy, so he would be able to go on the trip. And I said, that's good. So I didn't have any money, and I just stood back in the barracks and I just drank with the people that was close to me in the barracks. So, but then I learned from that, I got to budget my money so I'd be able to travel. After that, I tried to budget so I could be able to travel again. Because I miss traveling. Because there's a lot of cool, I'm from New Jersey, and I'm a human being. And the world is a big place. And there's so much to discover in this planet. Still needs to be discovered. And it's like I went back in time in Europe and see how everybody else parties in the clubs. And it was a cool experience for me. It was also probably a cool experience with my battle. They said, this guy's always laughing all the time. Everybody's mad and crying, sad at war. And there's Commiso laughing in the background. I don't know if people got on the people's nerves because I was laughing at war, but I try to think of something funny to distract me from the negative, or I try to think of something funny in my mind to make myself laugh. So that's another reason I was making my goofy YouTube videos. But somehow they take everything the wrong way on purpose. And then I'm like, well, I travel the world by myself, basically. I didn't know anything about traveling, and eventually I got to know my battle buddies, and I traveled with my battle buddies. That was cool. So, but imagine a student fresh out of high school, graduated basic trade, and then graduated AIT. And then so I got to my first duty state. I was nervous, but I think I was focusing on, wow, I got money in my pocket. I'm healthy. I'm exercise every day, so I got to be healthy. If I don't have any money, I still can eat on the base. There's breakfast on base. There's lunch and dinner. So if I run out of money, I always got food. So I think me and the military was getting along with each other as Commiso being in a, I know, I didn't mind doing duty here and there. Everybody else gets to do duty. I think serving your country and having battle buddies that cared about you at war was a really cool experience for Commiso. You know, I miss hanging with all the battle buddies. I don't know if you want me to name everybody, but I probably can't remember. Like, they took the book. I had all the names of everybody I served my country with in a book. And I wanted to keep that book because it had all the names of all the soldiers I served my country. So most were the ones you know, I can't remember every mail that I gave. But I served my country, and I'm a really good guy. I'm just being bullied right now for some reason, being like shoved and pushed. And I'm like, wow. I just wanted to make something out of myself. That's all. As I thought another purpose of using the internet, people make something out of themselves nowadays because of the internet. So, yes, I feel like so far I am doing my best, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, being Commiso back home as a veteran. But it's hard to have a personality. It's hard to be anything online. Is it that hard to accept ourselves as people? So, whatever. It's just wanted to get out some things to where everybody else called me name and beat the crap out of me back home. I can't say anything about it. But holy crap, you know, I'm the good guy, the good friend. And everybody's trying to blame everything on to Commiso stores. I don't know what everybody's doing. But that's all. Okay? I just, once I come up, I went to London too. There's a London story. There's a Spain story. There's Australia. No, not Austria. But then Hungary, Liechtenstein, Berlin, Germany, Amsterdam. And everywhere I went, I was like, free. I was free. I was a soldier in uniform. Everybody respected me. I had money in the pocket. I was super young and experienced a life in a different way that everybody else views the way we view life normal. So this is their disabled combat veteran after 9/11, Michael Commiso and the Battle Bunch.